Hi there and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing how you can create emotes in your game. As you can see over here, I'm using the Paragon, but it's quite short. That's because it's not the right animation blueprint. But anyways, I'm going to be showing how you can get emotes like say this one. So as you can see over here, display this animation and it's going to be a fixed one every time I press this key. And I can also play random emotes. Let's say if this key is going to play one animation, one emote. And this one's quite long. But if I press the same key again, it's going to get a random one. By coincidence, it got the same one. But let me just show you again. Wait a bit. So let's press the key again. And as you can see, it got another one. It's going to get random ones. And I'm going to also be explaining a bit about the default slot in the animation blueprint and why some of these things, simple things like emotes, I think it should be better set in your character blueprint instead of in the animation blueprint. So that's mainly what we're going to be doing over here. In order to make these emotes, I'm going to be using the third person template, and as you can see here, I have made a few small modifications. I got the Paragon asset, so I have this Paragon Greystone. You can get this on Epic Game Store, it is free. Basically, I got this just because I wanted to get the emotes, and I'm going to be using the emotes from it. But I am actually not going to be using the animation blueprint of it. The only thing that I did is that here in our viewport I got the mesh and I changed it for the mesh of the gray stone. So that's why it is that small. That's mainly because it's not the right anim blueprint for it. But it doesn't really matter because in this video I'm going to be showing how you can create emotes. And in the meantime, I'm going to also be showing one thing that a lot of people struggle sometimes. So let's say I'm using the default animation blueprint from the third person template in Unreal Engine 5. And as you can see over here, it is composed by this. But if you're using a different character, different type of animation, one thing that you're going to notice is that if you try to set up animation montages in your third person character, many times it's not going to work because it is lacking this slot default slot. And I'm going to be showing you why. So I have this emotes folder and there is one montage here. I'm going to just be deleting. But basically I got these emotes from our Paragon Greystone and it's just a few comms emotes. So as you can see over here, taunt and things like that. So I'm going to be showing how we can set this up. So I'm going to be selecting everything. I am going to right click and I am going to be creating a new montage like that because that's what we're going to be using. So now let's just save everything. Let's go to our BP third person and I'm going to be showing two ways that you can set this up. The first way is that let's say you want to be able to play only one montage. Let's right click, let's get a handle key. You can use any key that you want for this. And then let's just simply get play a name montage. The first one, like that. The skeletal mesh is going to be our mesh, like so. And then I'm going to be getting, let's say, the first one is going to be this taunt option over here. Let's just place it there. And I'm not going to be making any more modification. You're going to notice in game that the character should be probably going to get a little bit bigger when I press this button, and it gets. As I said, that's because it's not using the right animation blueprint for it, but it doesn't affect the reason of this tutorial. So as you can see over here, I press this button, he's playing this emote. When it finishes, it goes back to our normal animation blueprint. That's mainly because here in his animation blueprint, he has this slot default slot. So let's say if I delete this and I press like that, as you can see, now if I press that button, it's not going to work. That's mainly because it is ignoring the default slot before getting the output pose. So you need that. If you don't have that in your animation blueprint, you may struggle with some things when you're trying to play some kind of animation that you're not going to be playing every time. So something like that. could become a problem. So for that reason, you need this. Why am I talking about that during the emotes? That's mainly because things like emotes, you're not going to be placing this in the animation blueprint because it's something that your player is going to be using only once in a while. So there's actually not the need for it. So for things like that, it's better to simply make it work on your third person character and then send the input through here for the output pose. That's mainly the best way. Now I'm going to be showing one more thing that you could be using. Let's say, let's get another random key. In my case, I'm going to be using the number 2 of my keyboard. And I'm going to be doing the same thing as I did over here. But for the montage, it's going to be a little bit different. Let's say he has some kind of emote, but there is a few variations, and you want to vary between these variations, get a random montage based on the emote that he's playing or something like that. I could do that by simply get here a variable that's going to be storing our montages. Let's say emotes. I'm going to be changing the type to montage. So just get a new montage object reference. Then right now it is single. I am going to be making this as an array. So just make it as array, compile it. Now let's just add 3. And let's just get a few ones. Let's say some random ones into here. I think this one can be any emote that you want. And into here. And basically what I'm going to be doing is that I'm going to get our emotes. And then I am going to get a copy and paste into our montage to play. As you can see over here, I have this index value. That's mainly going to say which one of these emotes I'm going to be selecting. But let's say I want just to vary to get a random key. You could just drag this and get random integer, like so. And just say the max. In my case, I'm going to be the max of 2. And please remember that this start counting at 0. So if I have 3, it's going to end at 2. Just like that, place the number 2 over there. Now compile it, save it, and let's save things over here as well. So now if I go to our game, if I press the number 2, it's going to play a random emote, like so. This one's quite long. Then let's get to the next one, and as you can see, it got another random emote, like so. And of course, if I press the number 1 key, it's going to play that fixed emote. So that's mainly what I want to show in this video. And of course, I wanted to actually explain the difference between playing animation montages in the anime montage and in your character blueprint itself. Sometimes, even though it's not quite the right way, it's a lot easier to make these types of things into third person, into your player character, instead of getting it in montages. And I just wanted to talk about this. So thanks a lot for watching this video, and as always, I hope to see you again soon. Visit train.memoteinteractive.com and enroll in this course to get all source files. Use coupon code MEMOTE to enroll for free.